Welcome to the Explainer. So you've seen them, right? These absolutely beautiful Ghibli-style images all over the internet. And you have to wonder, how on earth are they made? Well, today, we're going to peel back the curtain and see what's really going on inside the machine.
I mean, just take a look at this. It's got everything. The soft colors, that magical, whimsical feeling. It feels like it was pulled straight out of one of your favorite animated movies. But here's the kicker. No human artist ever touched this. This was dreamed up entirely by an AI. And that leads to the big question, doesn't it? How in the world do you teach a bunch of code to capture the spirit of an artist? Not just to copy, but to create something that feels real. That's exactly what we're going to get into.
Okay, let's dive right in. To really get how this works, we have to start with the fundamental technology that makes this whole thing possible.
The star of the show here is something called generative AI. Now, you can think of most AIs as, say, classifiers. They look at a picture and say, yep, that's a cat. But generative AI is different. It's an artist. It looks at thousands of Ghibli movie frames, learns the vibe, the colors, the textures, and then it creates something brand new from scratch that fits right in.
So how did we get here? Well, the first big attempt at this was, it was basically a fight. A really clever competitive approach.
It was a technology called a GAN. Sounds complicated, but the idea is actually pretty simple. Imagine you have two AIs. One is an art forger, that's the generator. Its job is to create fake Ghibli images. The other AI is the expert critic, the discriminator. Its job is to spot the fakes. Every time the critic catches a fake, the forger has to get better. This AI duel was a huge step forward back in 2014, but it had some major problems.
Turns out, this AI Fight Club was a total mess to manage. The training was really unstable. And worse, the forgers would often get lazy and just create the same kind of image over and over again, a problem called mode collapse. Plus, they just weren't very good at the tiny, delicate details that really make an art style feel alive.
So GANs were a cool idea, but they weren't quite cutting it. The art world needed something better, and that's when a much more elegant and honestly more powerful solution came along.
So instead of two AIs duking it out, imagine a sculptor. This is the big idea behind what we call diffusion models. They don't forge anything, they reveal it. It's a completely different approach, and it was a total game changer.
Okay, so how does this sculpting thing actually work? It's kind of wild. First, the AI learns how to destroy art. Yep, you heard me. It takes a real Ghibli image and slowly adds digital noise until it's just pure static. But here's the magic trick. It pays very close attention to how it did that. So to create a new image, it just starts with a fresh screen of random static and perfectly reverses the process, carving a brand new masterpiece out of the chaos.
So let's just put it side by side. GANs, a chaotic, unstable fight. Diffusion, a calm, methodical sculpting process. And that stability is everything. It allows these diffusion models to create images with way higher quality, capturing all those beautiful, subtle textures that are so key to the Ghibli feel. It's no wonder they're the ones ruling the AI art world today.
All right, so we have this amazing digital sculptor that can carve masterpieces out of nothing. But it's just sitting there, waiting for instructions. It needs a muse. And guess what? That's us.
The AI has no idea what we want it to create. It can't read our minds, right? So we need a way to tell it what's in our imagination. And we do that with the most powerful tool we have, words.
The key that makes this all work is an amazing piece of tech called CLIP. You can just think of it as the AI's universal translator. It's been trained on a massive amount of the internet, so it's learned to connect the words we type, like serene forest, with what a serene forest actually looks like in a picture. It's the bridge between our idea and the AI's creation.
And this is a perfect example of how we use it. This text prompt isn't just a simple command, it's a recipe. You're the director. Phrases like watercolor textures, vibrant greens, and especially that whimsical and magical atmosphere are all specific instructions that guide the AI sculptor as it carves the image out of noise.
So this is all pretty mind-blowing stuff. It's a technology that literally lets anyone become an artist. But, as you can probably guess, it's also sparked some pretty fierce and really important debates.
And that debate hits right at the heart of the very style we're talking about. The legendary director from Studio Ghibli himself, Hayao Miyazaki, well, he is not a fan. He famously called AI animation an insult to life itself. And his point really gets to the core of it all. Can a machine, without a life or struggles, ever truly create art with a soul?
But it's not just a philosophical debate.
there's a very real, very physical problem. Creating these images takes an absolutely staggering amount of computational power. It pushes modern graphics cards, the GPUs in computers, so hard that people in the industry joke that it's enough to make them literally melt.
So where is this all headed? Well, right now, high-quality AI images are becoming normal. But just think, by 2030, we could be generating entire videos in this style, in real time. And looking even further out, new technologies like quantum AI might just solve that whole melting GPU problem, making creation almost instantaneous.
So, there you have it. We've gone from a clunky art battle between two AIs to this incredibly sophisticated process of sculpting art from pure chaos. We've literally watched a machine learn, step by step, how to paint like a master.
Which brings us right back to that big, lingering question. When you look at one of these stunning creations, what are you really seeing? Is it a true echo of an artist's soul, captured and reborn in a new way? Or is it just a beautiful, incredibly complex, but ultimately empty illusion? For now, I suppose that answer is up to you.